We thought the clinic was empty. Then the dog started growling. Most overnight security calls turn out to be nothing. False alarms, broken doors, faulty motion sensors. But one rookie security guard says a late-night alarm call at a closed medical clinic became the most terrifying night of his life. Because sometime after 2 a.m., the patrol dogs started growling at something, hiding inside the building, and whatever was inside was moving around with them in the dark. According to the man telling the story, he had only been working mobile security for a few months at the time. Most of his shifts involved driving between empty businesses overnight checking alarms. Usually, the calls were boring. A loose window, a cleaning crew forgetting alarm codes, sometimes raccoons setting off motion detectors. But one particular call immediately felt different. Around 2:15 a.m., dispatch contacted him about an alarm activation at a private medical clinic. The clinic sat near the edge of an industrial area outside town. At night, the entire area became almost completely deserted. According to him, there weren't even streetlights on half the road leading there. Because he was still relatively new, his supervisor decided to meet him on site. His supervisor was a former corrections officer named Mike. Big guy, calm voice, the type of person who never really looked nervous. Mike also handled the company's canine unit occasionally. That night, he brought 2 patrol dogs with him. According to him, the dogs were usually extremely calm and well-trained, German shepherds named Rex and Titan. When he arrived, Mike's SUV was already parked outside the clinic. Rain lightly drizzled across the parking lot. The clinic itself looked eerie in the darkness. Most of the windows were blacked out, except for a faint emergency light glowing near reception. Mike greeted him outside, while the dogs waited inside the vehicle. Then he explained something strange immediately. The rear employee entrance was partially open, not forced open, just slightly cracked. According to him, that instantly made the situation feel worse, because break-ins usually involve smashed glass or damaged locks. This looked like someone quietly entered the building intentionally. Before going inside, Mike opened the rear SUV door. Both dogs jumped out immediately. At first, they seemed calm. Then suddenly, Rex froze, staring toward the dark entrance. Low growling started deep in the dog's throat. Titan joined in seconds later. According to him, that was the first moment genuine fear hit him, because Mike immediately noticed it too. And even his supervisor suddenly looked uneasy. The dogs clearly sensed somebody nearby. Mike quietly unholstered his flashlight and told him to stay close. Then they entered the clinic. The inside smelled strongly of disinfectant and stale air. The lobby sat completely dark except for emergency exit lights. Their footsteps echoed loudly across the tile floor. And according to him, the silence inside felt wrong. Too still. Mike instructed him to start checking rooms on the first floor. Exam rooms, storage closets, waiting areas. Everything initially appeared normal, but the dogs kept acting strangely. Rex constantly stared toward the hallway leading deeper into the clinic. At one point, Titan stopped completely and refused to continue forward. Then both dogs suddenly began barking aggressively toward the darkness ahead. The sound echoed violently through the building. According to him, his entire body went cold, because he still couldn't see anything there. Then suddenly, bang, a loud crash echoed somewhere upstairs. All 4 of them froze instantly. Mike quietly whispered, "Somebody's definitely in here." At that point, they should have probably waited for police, but according to him, Mike wanted to confirm whether anyone inside was injured or dangerous first. So they carefully moved toward the stairwell. As they climbed the stairs, the dogs became more agitated with every step, growling, pulling at their leashes, sniffing aggressively. Halfway upstairs, the rookie guard heard something terrifying. Footsteps above them. Slow footsteps, like someone pacing nervously. Then suddenly, silence. When they reached the second floor, they found several hallway lights flickering weakly. The entire floor looked abandoned. According to him, It almost felt like walking through a hospital after the apocalypse. Then Rex suddenly lunged hard toward an open doorway. The dog barked violently into the room. Mike swung his flashlight inside. Nothing. Just overturned chairs. But according to him, something felt horribly wrong. Then he noticed it. Wet footprints. Fresh footprints leading out of the room, barefoot, and heading deeper into the building. According to him, that image still bothers him years later, 'cause the footprints looked almost frantic, like whoever left them was panicking. The group followed the trail cautiously through the hallway. Then suddenly, the elevator dinged behind them. All of them spun around instantly. The elevator doors slowly opened, nobody inside. But according to him, the elevator had been sitting powered off. When they entered the building, then the dogs completely lost control. Both started barking wildly toward the elevator, and before anyone could react, something sprinted across the hallway at the far end of the floor. Just a dark figure disappearing around a corner. Mike immediately yelled, "Stop right there!" Then the sound of running footsteps exploded through the hallway. The rookie guard admitted pure panic took over at that point. The dogs dragged Mike forward aggressively, chasing the intruder. The entire clinic suddenly became chaos. Footsteps echoed everywhere. Dogs barking, doors slamming. Then suddenly, a fire exit alarm started screaming somewhere downstairs. According to him, the intruder had escaped through the rear exit. By the time they reached outside, the parking lot was empty. Rain poured heavily now, washing away most footprints instantly. Police arrived minutes later and searched the surrounding area, but the intruder was never found. However, inside the clinic, officers discovered something disturbing. Several patient files had been scattered across the second floor, and according to police, it looked like the intruder had been hiding inside the building, long before the alarm activated. To this day, he says he still remembers the way those dogs reacted, before they ever saw the man. Because according to him, the dogs knew somebody dangerous was inside that building, long before the humans did.
The guy I met at the gym became obsessed with me. Most gym friendships are harmless. You see the same people enough times. Eventually, you start nodding at each other, maybe spotting each other on a bench press, maybe talking about workouts for a few minutes. But one guy says a normal gym friendship slowly turned into one of the creepiest experiences of his life, because after hanging out with another gym regular only a couple times, the guy became completely obsessed with him and eventually started showing up outside his house at night. According to the man telling the story, he had been going to the same gym for years, almost every day after work. Same routine, same time. The gym was honestly one of the only stable parts of his life back then, and like most regular gym goers, he eventually started recognizing familiar faces. One of those people was a guy named Josh. According to him, Josh looked like the stereotypical serious gym guy, always carrying a giant duffel bag, always wearing fitted workout shirts, always walking around with a shaker bottle. At first, their interactions were completely normal. A quick nod. "Oh, what's up?" Typical gym stuff. Then one day, Josh asked him for a spot while bench pressing. That was the first actual conversation they had. After finishing his set, Josh immediately became very talkative. He asked about workout routines, where he lived, what he did for work. According to him, Josh had extremely high energy. Almost too high. Still, nothing felt dangerous yet. Before leaving, Josh asked for his Instagram, and honestly, it didn't seem weird. People exchange socials constantly now. For the next few weeks, Josh started acting like they were close friends. He'd constantly come over during workouts, comment on exercises, send gym memes and videos through DMs at first. He didn't think much about it. He assumed Josh was just socially awkward and overly friendly. Then, one day, Josh invited him to a local summer festival. He hesitated initially, but eventually agreed, according to him. He figured it would just be a casual hangout. But the second he met Josh outside the gym, everything felt different. Josh's personality became extremely intense. loud, hyper, almost chaotic. And then came the voices, according to him. Josh constantly switched between weird fake voices while talking. Cartoon voices, deep, creepy voices, whispering dramatically for no reason. At first, it was almost funny because it was so random, but after an hour, it became exhausting, especially once Josh started drinking. His jokes became more inappropriate and aggressive. He started loudly making offensive comments about strangers nearby, families, couples, random people walking past, according to him. He felt embarrassed just standing beside the guy. Several times, he told Josh to calm down, but Josh would just laugh in one of those fake, creepy voices. Then he started doing something else strange. He kept repeating his name constantly, not normally either. He'd whisper it dramatically, stretching it out in a creepy voice. According to him, that detail bothered him more than anything else because it felt weirdly personal and obsessive. Eventually, he went home, relieved the hangout was over, and honestly, he assumed that would probably be the last time they hung out. But after that night, Josh became even more attached. The DMs became constant, asking where he was, asking if he was going to the gym, asking to hang out again. Then Josh invited him out to a bar one weekend. This time, Josh claimed 2 girls would be joining them. That made it feel less awkward. So he agreed. But when he arrived, there were no girls. And according to him, he immediately realized Josh probably lied just to get him there. This time, Josh was already drunk before he even arrived, and the strange behavior became much worse. The voices became nonstop. He kept interrupting conversations with fake laughing, fake crying, and bizarre impressions. People nearby kept staring at them. The bartender even looked uncomfortable. According to him, the entire situation started feeling genuinely unsettling. At one point, Josh became annoyed when he refused to take more shots. His mood shifted instantly, according to him. It was the first time he saw genuine anger in Josh's face. That's when he decided to leave. He made up an excuse about helping his brother. Josh stared at him silently for several seconds, then forced a fake laugh that sounded angry underneath, according to him. The drive home felt like escaping something. After that, he started avoiding Josh at the gym completely, changing workout times, using different areas, but Josh always seemed to find him. And according to him, that's when things crossed into creepy territory. Josh started following him around the gym constantly, machine to machine, room to room, talking nonstop even when clearly unwanted. Eventually, he stopped answering Josh's DMs entirely. But the messages kept coming. Are you mad at me? You good? Why are you ignoring me? Then, one night, everything became terrifying, according to him. He was lying in bed trying to sleep during a hot summer night. His bedroom window was cracked slightly open. Then, suddenly, he heard somebody whisper his name outside. Low, drawn out, intentionally creepy. The exact same fake voice Josh always used. He froze instantly, then slowly walked to the window and peeked through the blinds. He couldn't clearly see anybody, but according to him, he could feel somebody standing nearby outside. He immediately messaged Josh asking if he was outside his house. Several minutes later, Josh responded with one word. No. And honestly, that response scared him more than no reply at all, because according to him, a normal person would have acted confused. Instead, Josh answered almost casually. The next night, it happened again. This time, the voice came from deeper in the backyard. Again, slowly whispering his name, he immediately messaged Josh, again threatening to call police if he came back. Then he blocked him completely, according to him. He hoped that would finally end things. But later that same night, he looked through the blinds again and saw a dark figure standing directly outside the window, completely motionless. He yelled at the figure to leave immediately. The shadow silently stepped backward into the darkness and disappeared, according to him. That was the moment he stopped feeling safe in his own house. He immediately changed gyms afterward, installed security cameras around the property, added motion lights, stopped posting online, and for several weeks, things finally stayed quiet. Then one morning, he walked outside and found one of his tires slashed, a clean cut straight through the sidewall. According to him, he instantly knew it was probably Josh, but he never confronted him, because by that point, he realized reacting only seemed to encourage the obsession. To this day, he still checks his cameras constantly at night. Because according to him, the scariest part wasn't meeting a crazy person. It was realizing how quickly a completely normal interaction can turn into a nightmare once the wrong person becomes attached to you. Honestly, this story is terrifying because it feels incredibly believable. Most people have met somebody overly friendly before, but this slowly turned into full stalking behavior. And honestly, the whispering outside the bedroom window at night is nightmare fuel. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had somebody become weirdly obsessed with you. And if you enjoy creepy true stories like this, make sure to subscribe for more.